It's about a quarter after the hour. Time now for What's Trending. Well, you've heard of snakes on a plane, but what about birds on a plane? Federal officials say a man was caught at a New York airport for smuggling more than 24 birds in hair curlers. Check this out. The Guyana man was detained at John F. Kennedy International Airport on Sunday. U.S. Customs and Border Protection say they seized 29 finches from his baggage. The live birds were discovered inside the hair rollers during a secondary baggage examination. The finches are being cared for by the Department of Agriculture Veterinary Services, and the man was not criminally charged. He did get fined $300 though, and was placed on a flight back to Guyana on Monday. So just a bizarre story. You never think that you're going to come across this kind of stuff. And I know before we did a trending story about just some of the top 10 craziest things that that TSA agents have found in luggage. And I think the number one thing was like a shark that was like being preserved in a jar, basically. So that, I mean, I'm sure that they find a bunch of crazy stuff. This might be the weirdest one I've seen yet. Oh my gosh, this is super weird. And that shark one, I can't even imagine. But I feel like the most bizarre things do happen at airports. Like, it's just, you just wouldn't think about these things happening. But smuggling birds, like, why are you, they were so uncomfortable in these little things, okay? And where are you taking them? That's what I want to know. I want to know where he was taking them, and I hope if they had gotten to their destination, they would have had at least a better, you know, accommodation than what they were traveling in.
You know, I'm curious about that too. Number one, how do you even get them all wrapped up and all kind of packaged? And then what was the whole master plan anyways? What happens after transporting all of them? That's, I don't know, I guess the options there are endless for what could have happened there.
So many questions.
Oh my gosh, that's a bizarre discovery. But to go on to a way cooler discovery, a middle schooler in Colorado made an amazing discovery while he was out hiking recently. He found a dinosaur tooth. It was an exciting and rare find, not just for him, but also for the museum that he took it to for examination. 8th grader Jonathan Charpentier is the newest dinosaur discoverer for the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. He found his Tyrannosaurus rex, tooth while out on a hike in southeast Boulder County. Jonathan turned the tooth over to dinosaur curator Joe Sertich. He says Colorado is prime T-Rex territory. Jonathan's discovery means a bigger dig for more dinosaur bones. Now a part of undigging Colorado's history, Jonathan tells people to be on the lookout for these things because you can find them everywhere. The tooth will stay at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. The museum says it will always be credited to Jonathan, as it will with other discoveries that it may lead to. And I think this is so awesome. I love seeing stories like this because, you know, who's thinking about dinosaurs right now, right? But it's so awesome to see some of that history still, you know, over here on this side. And, you know, if you're just, you know, taking a nice stroll and find something like that, I mean, I would feel pretty awesome. And then to lead to more discoveries, that's so cool. I love that. I love that he also, you know, his immediate thought was let's bring it in and get it examined. You know, he wasn't, you know, selfish about it and like, hey, you know, this will be a fun souvenir for myself. But by doing that, you know, he's leading this this search for more, right? And hopefully they can find more bones, maybe learn something new. But it's just a really, really cool find, and I'm sure that that's something that this kid's going to remember for the rest of his life.
You know, it's an impressive find, too. If I was just kind of passing on by, I probably would have mistaken that for a rock. So just to have that second guess to think, let me check this out a little further and then go on to do further investigations, I think was just really all worth it there. And just, yeah, it kind of adds to unveiling more about the tooth. So really an awesome discovery there. Now, taking a turn, dozens of divers donned bunny suits and went on an underwater Easter egg hunt in the Florida Keys yesterday. Underwater bunnies dove off a shallow reef in the Florida Keys, according to the Florida Keys Marine Sanctuary. The annual underwater egg hunt also serves as a fundraiser to help local children in need throughout the year. The captain of a local scuba diving company wore a giant bunny suit and dive gear to hide brightly colored eggs for submerged holiday hunters to find. Real eggs and non-toxic colorings were used to avoid any negative environmental impacts to the Keys Coral Barrier Reef, the only one of its kind in the continental United States. Really a cool story there, and I just love that there's, you know, that impact for the communities, and also that there's also those environmental factors to be considered as well to make sure they're, you know, doing that all safely and still having a great time.
Yeah, obviously, you know, the reefs are so fragile, so it's really great that they kept that in mind and we're not using any toxic materials. But just what a fun idea, right? I mean, any kind of Easter egg hunt is fun. They even have adult-themed ones too. And I know even some going on in our area, but this just is incredible. I mean, so much. I don't even think I would be looking for eggs at that point. I'd just be looking around at the environment around me, but very, very cool, and it's a unique idea. I'm glad they had a lot of fun there.
Absolutely. If I had this opportunity, I would be the first to dive in. I mean, you would just see so many beautiful sights down there, but such a great way to kick off the Easter weekend. I mean, just take a nice dive, and like you guys said, it's so good that they took into account the environment as well. So.